Okay, so why Clackamas Community College? I think that I could probably talk about this for hours, but kind of just that little snapshot that we really want to make sure that we leave with all of you today is that choosing Clackamas Community College allows you to continue your education and save money. We have the lowest tuition in the Portland metro area, definitely something we're proud of, but we also have a lot of great ways to help you pay for college. So that's why your next session is going to be paying for college. You can continue your education staying close to or even at home. So we have three wonderful kind of physical campuses in Oregon City, Milwaukee, that's our Harmony campus, and Wilsonville, but also a wide variety of courses online, whether it's during COVID times right now for everyone's safety, or even after that, we're going to be continuing to offer a wide variety of courses in an online format. We'll have more and more courses coming into an in-person option in the fall, still with many online though, just for the safety of everyone. Small classes. Most of us really benefit from one-on-one interactions, maybe with our instructors or fellow students, the opportunity to get a little bit more personalized attention and not get lost in the shuffle. So we're really proud of our 23-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Academic options. Later on today, you're going to get to visit with one of our 8 educational focus areas. It's a mouthful, but basically we have so many majors and programs for you, whether your goal is to start at CCC and transfer to a university or complete hands-on career training that takes 2 years or less. So great options there. And then something that really fits into what we're talking about today is our open door general admissions policy. We welcome all students. We don't have a grade point average requirement for general admissions or require specific test scores or anything like that. We welcome everybody. All right. We're having virtual preview day today because it is the perfect time to start getting ready for our summer or fall terms. This chart here gives you a little idea of right now is a great time to get ready for registration for either summer or fall that both begin in mid-May. And summer term begins June 21st and fall term begins on September 27th. So again, right now is a great time to start your getting started steps. This website here, you're going to see in a whole bunch of places. We'll make sure we leave it with you today, but this is the hub for all of the information that Lindsay and I are going to be sharing with you. All right, getting started at CCC. I mentioned there are 6 steps that we're going to be here to make sure go really smoothly for you. Applying for admission, paying for college, so financial aid and scholarships. If you've attended college previously or maybe taken advanced placement exams or other things, we'll talk about how to get that credit to CCC. We'll talk about determining math and writing placement, completing your online orientation, and then registering for classes, kind of the thing that everybody is getting ready for. So Lindsay, we're excited to have you kind of launch us off on those 6 getting started steps.
Yeah, so hey y'all, I'm Lindsay Carletto. I'm another admissions counselor. There's 3 of us. So the first getting started step is to make sure that you apply for admission. We want to make sure that you have an account, and that is your first, we recommend, step for your college journey with us. Some folks have probably already applied before, or if you're thinking maybe you've applied before, even if it was years ago, or maybe in high school you took some dual enrolled credits through us, or I don't know, you just have this inkling that you've already applied. You should pause and reach out to us, and we can definitely recover your username and password and things like that before applying. So step 1 and step 1.5, apply or check in to see with us if you've already applied before. After you've applied or you've recovered your credentials, after you've applied, you should receive a welcome email from us. So when you apply for admission, put in your personal email. If you're a high school student, we do not recommend your high school email address, as you know, it can expire. So putting in that reminder. So check your Gmail, Yahoo, iCloud, whatever it is. You should get an email from us with your new credentials. So your CCC email address and password and username. Then hop onto our, my Clackamas account, which it looks like this once you're logged in, which is great. So log in, that picture on the right is what the login looks like. And then on the next screen, this is what your account should look like, or there's a lot of content. And we want you to just focus on what's on the left here. So Cougar Tracks, or the gray shaded menu. You'll see navigate, you'll see your email. So the first arrow up top in the center it says log into your student email. We recommend though not using this and just downloading. We use Microsoft Outlook. So download the app on your phone or computer or both and start checking your CCC email daily and get used to another email. We'll start emailing you from here on out. So, and then Orion will talk about online orientation in a moment too, but these are the first 3 things we want you to look at when you log into your MyClackmas for the first time. Submit previous college transcripts. This is another getting started step. So if you are transferring from another regionally accredited U.S. institution, or maybe in high school you took a credit and it happened to be through PSU or PCC or Oregon Tech, or if you took the AP CLEP IB exam and you have scores out there, whatever it is, you want to submit your official transcript, so signed and sealed in an envelope, or maybe a third party can do that for you, and it will go to our graduation services office. You can just visit our Transferring to CCC page to learn how to do this, but just keep in mind you'll want those pre-existing credits to now live on your CCC transcript.
All right, everybody. Again, we're cooking through the steps already. Applying for financial aid is just one part of us supporting you and making a plan to pay for college. And again, we're not going to focus too much on this right now because your next session is all about paying for college. But we also wanted to give you a visual of how much you can save by attending Clackamas Community College. So if you check out our favorite bar graph here, you can see that the average cost for tuition and fees for a full-time student at CCC for 1 year, taking summers off, so giving yourself that break term, although we'd love for you to attend throughout the entire year, costs about $5,300. That comparable year, maybe even the same classes at an in-state public university would cost about double that. And then if you're maybe starting at Clackamas and heading to a private university, which is definitely a great option, your cost savings can be even more. But when you go to your Paying for College session, you're going to learn about how to apply for financial aid, when to apply, and the different types of financial aid options that will be there for you, as well as all the great support that we provide at Clackamas to help you through that process. And then scholarships. We had to put in a little teaser about this right now, just because we have $500,000 that we offer to students each year. There are hundreds of scholarships that make up that large amount, but right now we are in just the perfect time to jump in and complete your CCC scholarship application for this upcoming year. The deadline is end of the day this Sunday, April 25th. By completing our one scholarship application, you'll put yourself in the running for those hundreds of scholarships that you might be a good match for. You don't have to apply separately for any of them. I'm going to kind of leave you with that because, again, your next session is going to go into a little bit more detail. The one most important thing that you would need to do that relates to the getting started steps to get ready to apply for scholarships would be to make sure that you either have applied for admission and have a CCC account, because you'll use your student information to log in, or if you already have one, make sure that it's working and you're able to get in. And again, if you have questions about that, we'll make sure you know how to reach us. Placement. We want to help you figure out where you should begin in math and writing. We don't require SATs. We don't require ACT scores. We don't even require a placement test. So for anyone who's with us today who was like, okay, I'm probably going to have to take a test to get started, you're not. There are some very, very small exceptions for some special admissions programs, but the majority of students that Lindsay and I are helping get started, you don't have to take a test. You are going to complete an online survey. It's called our Pass Intake Survey. We gather information about you, about your previous experience with those subject areas, how you feel about them. Do you love them? Do you not like them? All these things that help us put you kind of on the right path and help you determine the best placement for you. And that's good to remember that placement needs to be completed before you register for classes, because that'll be important information for you and your advisor. All right. And then like Lindsay said, I'm going to tell you just a tiny bit about online orientation. This is the one other most important thing to have completed before you'll be ready to register for classes. So it's going to go really quick. Your online orientation you'll access right over here in your My Clackamas main menu. It might take you about 45 minutes to an hour to complete, but it's untimed, so take as long as you'd like, enjoy. It's really a series of videos and information that you're going to read that gives you the scoop on everything CCC. So our programs, our locations, our support services and activities, everything, so that you learn about that at the beginning of your time with us and can take advantage of everything that would be of interest to you. But you have to get it done before you register for classes, because it's so important to get that information to you early, and you'll have a hold on your account that blocks registration until it's done. You can do a little bit at a time, but make sure that you do go all the way through and complete it. And then registering for classes. Everybody's goal, especially when they talk to Lindsay and I and our team, it's always to get to this point. Like, you're coming to Clackamas maybe because you have a subject or a career that you're already really excited about. So getting to pick out classes that tie into that is a great, it's a great moment. We have amazing academic advisors that will be there to help you register for your classes. To get prepared for your appointment with your advisor, you'll just want to make sure you have placement and orientation done. And then we'll help connect you with video playlists that you'll watch. Take you about 20 minutes at the most, and they get you some helpful information so that when you meet with your advisor, you'll really just focus on selecting your classes and planning out your courses. You're going to use this great tool that Lindsay mentioned called Navigate to schedule your appointment. So we're going to give you a little scoop on how that works.
So once you've done your getting started steps, such as watching your online orientation and doing the placement into math and writing, you have your CCC account, you are ready to go ahead and make your appointment with your academic advisor to choose your classes. So like we said, go to to My Clackamas as step one, and then click on Navigate. You'll be welcomed by a login screen. Just use the same My Clackamas credentials you're used to. Step two, once you're in Navigate, look on the left, you should see appointments. And then step three, sometimes people can't find it, but it's the blue bar that says schedule an appointment. And then from there, you pick what type of appointment, you'll pick advising, and then you'll pick degree and certificate planning. The rest won't make sense. And then you actually get to select who, and then that's where you select the academic advisor that you're assigned to based on your EFA, which there'll be sessions about that later on if you're curious on who might be your academic advisor. And that's it. There's also a Navigate app. I almost forgot. So if you'd rather use an app, this is pretty similar, but step one, just find that appointments button. Step two, find the schedule an appointment. And then step three, or no, that's it. That's literally it. It's way easier actually. So anyways, just make sure that you confirm the appointment. Sometimes I'll get students who call me and say, my advisor never called me. I don't know what happened. You do have to scroll all the way to the bottom and hit confirm and make sure you get an email. Otherwise, you won't get a call. And that's how we're doing things right now, is your academic advisor will call you for your advising appointment, pick out classes. So getting started at CCC. So this is what our page looks like. So we just quickly mentioned all 6 of our getting started steps. We put a little phone, little emoji icon. If you'd like to take a picture of this screen, that is the web address, www.clackamas.edu/getting-started. You'll view all 6 of the steps we mentioned today. Or if you'd rather have just one-on-one help with Orion, me, or other person, Yvonne, you can click, see the little arrow, that button that says Virtual Admission Center, and you can book a Calendly appointment, and it'll look like the bottom right hand of that screen. There's a picture of the 4 of us, and you can pick a time and date that works for you, usually about a half an hour to an hour long virtual admissions appointment to go through these steps.
It's a tongue twister.
It is.
Yeah. Look at that. See the steps, like we were able to cover those in about 13 minutes. Lindsay and I both, and I think I can share for both of us, we love talking with students, sharing all about the amazing opportunities that we have. So since we just touched on reasons why you might be choosing CCC or considering Clackamas for college, we'd love to help answer questions that will help you maybe make your college decision. But then also the getting started steps can go really quickly and smoothly for anyone who's feeling maybe a little bit nervous or you have questions about the next steps that you're going to want to take. We really do encourage you to schedule one of those one-on-one appointments with Lindsay, myself, or our team member, Yvonne. Usually people tell us after our meeting that everything just feels so much more clear and they're positive and ready to rock.